They mocked him, hoping he'd break. Harvard's response wasn't just public, it was meant to humiliate. But a man who has trained his mind doesn't react, he observes. He doesn't collapse, he channels. In this moment, you'll see what discipline really means. Stay until the end, because the final insight isn't just powerful, it's the one thing they never want you to learn. We see it happening, yes? In the world outside, there is a great deal of noise, a tremendous storm of words, of opinions, of actions and reactions. An old and respected place of learning makes a statement. A powerful individual feels the sting of this statement, and the world watches as these two forces push against one another. It becomes a spectacle. For many, it is entertainment. For others, it is a source of great anger or great satisfaction. People gather on one side or the other, like armies on a battlefield, ready to defend their chosen champion. They feel the victory or the humiliation as if it were their own. They invest their own energy, their own peace of mind into this external conflict. This is the nature of the world. It is a constant display of rising and falling, of pride and shame, of attack and defense. It is a grand drama, and it is very, very loud. The first thing we must understand is how easily our mind is pulled into this drama. The mind is like a monkey, you see, always looking for a new branch to swing to. The louder the noise, the more dramatic the conflict, the more appealing that branch becomes. We are hooked by the emotion of it all, the feeling of injustice, the desire for vindication, the satisfaction of seeing someone we disagree with being put in their place. These feelings are powerful hooks. They catch us, and before we know it, we are no longer in our own center. We are out there in the storm, being tossed about by the winds of other people's battles. We have given our power away. We have given our inner stillness away to something that we ultimately cannot control. Think of it like this. Imagine your mind is a clear, calm lake. Every piece of news, every angry comment, every headline is a stone thrown into that lake. If you identify with the ripples, if you believe that you are the disturbance on the surface, then you will never know peace. You will constantly be in a state of agitation, reacting to every new stone that is thrown. The story of an institution and a public figure is a very large boulder, and it creates massive waves. Many people are choosing to ride these waves, feeling the thrill of the rise and the crash of the fall. But this is an exhausting way to live. It is a life lived on the surface, entirely dependent on the external world for its state of being. The concept of humiliation is a very worldly one. It is tied to the idea of face, of public perception. To be humiliated is to have your public image damaged, to be seen as lesser in the eyes of others. This is a powerful force in our society. Institutions protect their reputation fiercely. Individuals build their entire identity around the respect they receive from others. So when one humiliates the other, it seems like a great victory or a terrible defeat. But we must ask a deeper question. What truly has been harmed? Is your inner self, your true nature, affected by the opinions of others? If your sense of self is built on the bedrock of your own inner knowing, then the words and actions of others are like wind passing over a mountain. They may make a sound, but they cannot move the mountain itself. The trap is in believing that this external battle is the real battle. The trap is in choosing a side and pouring your heart into it, believing that if your side wins, you will have peace. But this is an illusion. External victories are always temporary. If one is humiliated today, they will seek to humiliate in return tomorrow. The cycle of conflict continues. The storm never truly ends. It only changes form. By engaging in it, by feeding it with our emotional energy, we ensure that the storm will continue to rage. The real work is not to win the battle for one side or the other. The real work is to step off the battlefield altogether. This does not mean hiding or being ignorant. It means observing the battle from a place of unshakable inner stability. This event, this public clash, is a powerful training opportunity. It is a chance to observe your own mind in action. When you read the headline, what is your first reaction? Is it anger? Is it joy? Do you feel a pull to share it, to argue with someone about it? Do not judge this reaction. Simply observe it. See how the external world has this power to pull a response from you. See how easily your inner peace can be disturbed. This awareness is the first step. You cannot calm a storm you do not know you are in. Most people live their entire lives inside this storm, believing it is the only reality. But there is another way. There is a place of stillness, a place of quiet strength that is available to you in every single moment, no matter how loud the world becomes. This is where our focus must turn, away from the outer storm and toward the inner sanctuary, inner mountain. So, the storm rages outside. This we accept. We do not try to stop the wind or the rain. That is a fool's errand. Instead, we turn our attention inward. The goal is to cultivate an inner state that is like a great mountain. The mountain does not care about the weather. Storms come and go. Seasons change. The sun shines, the snow falls. But the mountain remains. It is stable. It is grounded. Its strength comes not from resisting the storm, but from its own immense, unmoving presence. This is the quality we must cultivate within our own mind. How do we do this? We begin by shifting our focus from reacting to observing. We become the silent witness to the storm, both outside of us and inside of us. When you feel the pull of the drama, the urge to get involved, to form a strong opinion, to feel the anger or the righteousness, this is the critical moment. This is the moment of training. Instead of following that urge, you simply notice it. You can say to yourself, there is anger arising, or there is the desire to be right. You observe it as you would observe a cloud passing in the sky. You do not become the cloud. You are the sky, vast and unchanging, in which the cloud appears and disappears. This is not easy. It requires practice. The mind is accustomed to latching onto these emotions, to identifying with them completely. We think we are our anger, but this is not true. We are the awareness that is experiencing the anger. This separation is the key to freedom. The breath is your greatest ally in this practice. The breath is always in the present moment. The storm of the world is always about the past, what was said, what was done, or the future, what will happen next, who will win. Your mind gets lost in these stories, but your breath is happening right now. When you feel overwhelmed by the noise, bring your attention back to the simple physical sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body. Feel the air move in through your nose. Feel your chest or abdomen rise. Feel it fall. Feel the air move out. Do this for just 1 minute. In that minute, you have stepped out of the storm and into the quiet center of your own being. You have returned to the present moment, which is the only place where peace can be found. This practice of returning to the present moment is like strengthening the roots of a great tree. The winds of the world will blow, this is certain. A tree with shallow roots will be easily toppled, but a tree with deep, strong roots can withstand even the most powerful hurricane. It may bend, its leaves may be torn away, but its core remains firm. It holds its ground. Each time you choose to observe your reaction instead of becoming it, each time you return your focus to your breath, instead of the drama, you are sending your roots deeper into the earth. You are building your inner stability, your resilience. You are becoming the mountain, becoming the deep-rooted tree. Your strength is no longer dependent on whether the weather is good or bad. Your strength comes from within. This is not a practice of apathy. It is a practice of profound care. Where do you want to place your energy? This is the most important question. Do you want to give your life force, your precious attention, to a public argument between an institution and an individual? An argument that will be forgotten in a week or a month, replaced by a new one? Or do you want to invest that energy in cultivating your own unshakable peace? A peace that can benefit not only you, but everyone you interact with. When you are a source of calm in a world of chaos, you are having a far more powerful and positive impact than if you were simply another voice shouting in the storm. Your stillness becomes a gift to the world. Do not misunderstand. It is not wrong to have opinions or to believe that some actions are right and others are wrong. The problem is not the opinion itself, but our attachment to it. When our inner peace depends on the world agreeing with our opinion, we have set ourselves up for endless suffering, because the world will never completely agree with us. The key is to hold your values, to act with integrity from your own center, but to release the need for external validation. You do what you believe is right, and you let the results be what they are. You do not tie your inner state to the outcome. You find your stability in the integrity of your own action, not in the applause or condemnation of the crowd. This is a radical shift in perspective, moving from an external locus of control to an internal one. You become the source of your own stability. You become the mountain. True power. What then is true power? Our society has a very clear but very limited definition. Power is the ability to impose your will on others. Power is having more money, more status, more influence. It is the power to build things up or to tear them down. In the context of our story, one side uses its institutional weight as power. The other side uses its public platform and personality as power. They are locked in a struggle for dominance, a struggle to prove who is stronger, who has more control over the narrative. This is the worldly game of power. But there is a deeper, more profound power that this game completely ignores. It is a power that is not loud, but silent. It is not aggressive, but yielding. It is the power of non-reaction. Imagine you are in an argument with someone. They are shouting, they are angry. The more they shout, the more you remain calm. The more they try to provoke you, the more you remain centered. Who in that moment is truly in control? The one who is screaming, whose inner state is in turmoil, completely at the mercy of their own anger, or the one who is still, whose inner peace is untouched by the chaos. The world might look and see the loud person as dominant, but the true power, the inner power, rests with the one who has mastery over their own mind, the one who cannot be provoked, cannot be controlled. This is the highest form of strength. It is the strength that comes not from fighting, but from a profound understanding of the nature of things. This true power is not something you acquire from the outside. You do not get it from a university degree or from winning an election. It is something you uncover within yourself. It has been there all along, buried beneath layers of conditioning, reactivity, and ego. It is your true nature. It is the silent, aware presence that we spoke of earlier, the sky that holds the clouds, the mountain that withstands the storm, the deep, still water beneath the turbulent surface. When you connect with this part of yourself, the games of the world begin to look very different. The frantic struggle for status and validation seems like a child's game. It loses its power over you. You are free. The ultimate victory is not humiliating an opponent. The ultimate victory is the complete and total mastery over your own reactive self. When you can hear the most outrageous insults or the most lavish praise and have them affect your inner state equally, which is to say not at all, you have won the only game that matters. You have triumphed over the ego. You have found a peace that is not dependent on conditions. This is what all the great masters and sages have spoken of throughout history. They were not concerned with politics or worldly debates. They were concerned with this inner liberation, because they understood that a liberated individual, one who is free from the chains of their own reactivity, is the most powerful force for good in the world. So, when you see these great forces clashing in the world, use it as a reminder of the choice you have in every moment. Will you be drawn into the fray, becoming another piece of driftwood tossed on the waves, or will you use it as an opportunity to practice, to go deeper into your own being, to strengthen your connection to the unshakable mountain within? The world will continue to produce storms. There will always be another conflict, another outrage, another drama. This is its nature. We cannot change this, but we can change ourselves. We can change our relationship to it. And in that change lies the key to everything. The key to peace, the key to strength, and the key to a life of profound meaning, lived from a center of unshakable calm. The world will always present you with storms. It is its nature. The true question is not how to stop the storms, but how you will choose to stand within them. Will you be a leaf, tossed and turned by every gust of wind? Or will you be the mountain watching the seasons change, eternally present and unshakably calm? The power was never out there in the noise. It has always been within you, waiting in the silence. I came here angry about the whole situation, ready to pick a side. After listening to this, I realized the anger was just a reflection of my own inner turmoil. The real work isn't changing the world out there. It's calming the storm inside me first. Thank you for this perspective.